Hello everybody, welcome back to Cooking with Maria. Today I'm going to be showing you what I eat in a day. I don't follow any particular diets, I kind of just eat whatever I'm in the mood for or whatever is in the fridge. So this morning I'm feeling like oatmeal, so I'm going to make some oatmeal, and then usually I put some berries or fruits in the oatmeal, and in my fridge today I'll check it out and see what I can find. But first, I always start with a glass of water and then I have my coffee. I'll make the oatmeal first, and then while that's cooking, I'll be doing the coffee. So for the oatmeal, I've added some water to my pot, and I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to the water. And while that's heating up, I'll make my coffee. First things first, I'm gonna grind the beans. After I'm done grinding the beans, I'm gonna turn on the kettle on high and wait until the water boils, because today we're making French press. Alright, so the oatmeal water is boiling. We'll add the oats themselves now. And I'm making two portions, one for myself and one for my husband. Mix it together, and once it's back to a boil, I'm going to reduce the heat to a simmer. And as you can hear, the kettle is now ready, so I'll turn that off. And I'm gonna add that into our ground coffee. Mix it together and let it steep for 5 minutes. It's been about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna push down the coffee very slowly. And the oats should also be almost ready now. So the package for these oats, it says 5 to 8 minutes. I prefer my oats around the 7 to 8 minute mark. My husband prefers his oats around the 5 minute mark. So usually I take his oats out a little bit before mine. He also prefers different toppings on his oatmeal compared to mine. So I'll be putting some different toppings on his oatmeal, and I'll show you that in a minute. So this is done now, and I'll pour it into a nice cup. I prefer to have some frothed almond or oat milk with my coffee, and then my husband prefers to have frothed regular whole milk with his coffee. But this is ready now, so as you can see, it's all finished. And what I like to add to mine will differ from my husband. So let me grab our bowls and I'll show you what I like to add to mine and what I like to add into my husband's. No latte art today, but I will make a video of latte art another time. I don't have any butter in the fridge, unfortunately, and that's what my husband likes in his oats, so I won't be putting any butter in his. But for mine, I like to put some coconut oil. Don't mind the band-aid on my hand, my dog bit me this morning. So I'll mix that in until it melts. Next, I like to add some milk into my oats, usually a dairy-free milk, and I had some coconut milk left over in the fridge. I would use this in my coffee as well, but it doesn't foam as nicely. So I like to use it in my oats or my smoothies. And then we both like some blueberries, so I'll add some blueberries into his and some blueberries into mine. And I also like to have some dried fruit. I'm gonna chop up some dried apricots from Copa's, my favorite supermarket. Shout out to Copa's. Now my husband prefers maple syrup as a sweetener of choice in his oatmeal, so I'll add that in there. And for me, I like some honey in mine. So as you can see, he likes his a lot more plain. And now I like to add some cinnamon on top of mine. I'm just about to start filming a new YouTube video that's going to be coming out soon, but before I get started, I'm kind of feeling a little bit snacky, so I'm going to have a slice of banana bread that I made yesterday. As you can see here, I've already eaten a part of this banana bread yesterday, but I'm gonna have another slice right now. Now, what I do when I snack is I try not to waste too many dishes. So I'm just gonna cut a slice of the banana bread and I will eat it over the sink. Let me know down below in the comments if you do this too. And also, let me know in the comments if you want me to film this banana bread recipe. It turned out really good. But it's not a healthy recipe in the sense that it uses, you know, regular flour, regular granulated sugar. I mean, I can always make a healthy version of it to substitute some of the ingredients for healthier ingredients. So let me know in the comments if you want me to give you the real version of this banana bread or if you want me to do like a healthy version of it. I can do that as well. We're actually going for a walk with Luna to run by the store to pick up some things. She's just pulling on the leash right now, so don't mind the shakiness of this camera. We're gonna buy some beef liver apparently for dinner tonight. So there was no liver, we got some hanger steaks instead, and I've just been waiting outside the store for Adam to do the shopping, which has been a lot of work because she's attacking everybody walking by. She's eaten a lot of cigarette butts and sand and dirt. So I just went to Dags and Willow and I got some delicious foods, and I'll show you what I got once I get inside. Leave it. I'm glad I had that banana bread before I went out for a walk because that walk ended up turning out into a little shopping extravaganza. So I haven't had lunch yet. It's about 1:30 p.m. I'll start cooking in just a minute, but I wanted to show you guys what I got at the stores. So I went to Dags and Willow here in Blue Mountain, and then I also went to Blue Ridge Meats. We got some hanger steaks for dinner tonight. We also got a house-cured pancetta and some chicken bone broth, and that's from Blue Ridge Meats. And then from Dags and Willow, we got a rosemary baguette, beef bone broth, some duck foie gras, spicy Asiago dip, as well as a spinach aioli dip and condiment, some Spanish cheese, and a cheese called Midnight Moon from Holland. Oh, and I forgot our favorite butter, Emerald Grasslands butter. We just absolutely love it, and if you want to take a look here, I don't know if you can see it on the camera as well, but it is really yellow and it's just absolutely delicious. Highly recommend this butter. You can't find it in a lot of places, but whenever I find it in a grocery store, I am definitely buying it. So this morning we didn't have any butter for the oatmeal, so I'm excited that we have this for tomorrow in case we do decide to have some oatmeal for breakfast. So lots of delicious foods, and I'll be using some of these foods in my recipes for later today. So I just finished filming my YouTube video for the millet with mushrooms, and I am so hungry. It's about 2:47 p.m. and it's time for lunch. If you want to know how to make the millet with mushrooms, you can check out my video from last week. Alright, so this is what I'm going to have for lunch, and my husband's having the same thing. I've made enough so that there is a few portions. So we'll have this for lunch now. So good. So it's time for a mid-afternoon snack, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up some bread that I just bought and have it with some dip. Now my mom just came in here from Toronto, she's visiting, so I'm going to make some snacks for her as well. This is my mom, and I'll be making the rosemary baguette and some spinach aioli dip as well as spicy Asiago dip. And obviously I made some coffees for everybody, so I'm definitely having my afternoon pick-me-up right now as well. Okay. Cheers. Cheers. In the meantime, while I make this snack for us, I'm also cooking the salmon right over here. I'm making a poached salmon, and that's a recipe. You can find it in my previous videos, and I'll leave a link in the description down below. For the side with the salmon, you will see later for dinner, I'm going to be having my sweet potato fries, which I will also leave a link in the description down below. So I'll cut up the bread for now and I'll place it in a nice plate. And we'll have the dips, and I'll also cut up some cheese. And when I cut up bread, I don't cut up the whole baguette because what I find is it dries out really quickly. So I will just close this off with an elastic, and then I'll leave this out, and then once that's done, I'll cut up some more later. Don't mind the noise in the background, but I decided I'm gonna make some garlic bread as well. So what I've done here is I've mixed some parsley in with the toum that I made before, and I'm gonna just drizzle that on top of the baguette. Excellent. And we're gonna bake that in the oven for about 10 minutes on 425. And so far what I have here is just a little bit of cheese platter, I guess you could call it. So that's the 2 different dips that I bought today, and a few different types of cheeses, as well as the foie gras. And this is the rosemary baguette. For the cheeses, if you're interested, this is the Gruyere. This is the Midnight Moon cheese from Holland. It's a goat cheese. And this one is cotija cheese, which is a Latin-inspired cheese made by a local cheese maker here in Canada. And don't forget to generously shred the Parmesan cheese over top. After a nice vegan lunch, we have a not-so-vegan afternoon snack. I put in the garlic bread into the oven, and then I went upstairs to make the bed for my mom, and I missed the alarm for the garlic bread, so unfortunately it's burnt because I started to smell a very burnt smell upstairs, and I'm like, I think the garlic bread's burning. I ran downstairs and I don't know if I can salvage this. I mean, it still looks good on the upper part of it, so we'll see what happens. I think I'm going to try to cut it up and see if I can save it, but if not, that's okay because we have a nice spread over here. So I will cut this now. I mean, this is real life. You know what? This is actually not too bad. What I would do in this case, because I've had this happen to me a few times, because I'm usually multitasking, I'm just gonna scrape off the burnt part and see what happens. Not bad. I mean, it doesn't look great, but I'm sure it tastes good. Okay, so this is gonna be a lot harder because that's pretty burnt. Let's see what we can do here. Oh yeah, that's pretty bad. So what I would do in this case is I would just eat the top part. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm gonna cut up the somewhat saved pieces and put them in a bowl. So here's my little afternoon snack. So for dinner today, I'm having a crepe with some smoked salmon on top as my appetizer. And then for the main entree, I'm gonna have some of my sweet potato fries along with some poached salmon. And I'll show you that in just a moment. For the main entree, I'm gonna have the salmon like I mentioned earlier. And after this is done, I'll show you guys what I'm having for dessert tonight. If you want to check out the recipe for the salmon and the sweet potatoes, make sure to click the links in the description down below. I'll have some blueberries, pineapple, banana bread, and a cookie for my dessert, along with some tea. And then after, I will have some ice cream. I probably won't get that on camera because that will be a little bit later when I'm watching a movie. And I think that's what I eat in a day. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to hit the like button if you did, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below your favorite meal of the day. Follow me on Instagram at Greco Recipes and on TikTok at Greco Recipes as well. Have a great day. Hello everybody, welcome back to Cooking with Maria. I don't know what to do, like it doesn't taste like anything. Get it! Okay, that works too. Потише, я сейчас видео делаю. I just take off this part.